Hello, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to your reading. Let's dive into it by pulling some symbols. If you're new here, I am Divine Light, and I'm so happy you're with me today. And if you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. It's a free way to be here. And hit the bell so you never miss a video. This is going to be your reading for next 4 weeks. Money, career, success, and all the material good stuff. Key is a great symbol. These are your symbols, by the way. It's amazing symbol because it indicates if there's anything locked right now, maybe you have been applying for jobs, it's not showing up. It can be any type of locked situation. You're gonna get the key to unlock it very soon. Okay, it says new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. Now it makes sense to me because I see there's a comment and somebody was asking, what am I going to let go? I mean, these are general readings, guys. These are not personal. So you might have even like a simplest thing, maybe shame of being who you are. Maybe you were shamed when you were growing up, or being afraid to show who you really are, your inventions, your books, your desires, or some things that you're creating. It seems like that can be also something that you need to let it go. I feel like those are kind of the things that are laying in the foundation of the things that prevents us to be fully who we are. It seems like when you let go of whatever is holding you back, it can be also resentment that you're feeling towards someone, anger, resentment, or maybe guilt. Maybe you're feeling guilty of something that you have done in the past. It can be anything, positive, negative. You're attached, maybe letting go, not letting go, and it's all holding back, basically. The new directions. That's also a key word here that you need to pay attention to. The key can be a new direction, a new pathway, a new idea, okay? It doesn't have to dwell on the same area that you are stuck. We have the Phoenix here. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. That's also on point here too. So because when you let it go, you're not going to be the same person. You're going to be freed and you're going to be born as a new here. Unity, time of divine understanding, renewal. I don't know how many times we're going to have this renewal, a new word here for you, but this is basically the strongest sign. Whatever is old needs to go out, okay? Out with the old, in with the new. Renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate, attract great love. This is material stuff, so it can be even something you have put a lot of love actually working really greatly. It can be a job opportunity you would love to have. A money source might be coming that you would love to have in your life. Owl, there are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. This means basically owl can symbolize heightened intuition, and you might pick up some intuitive guidance. Instead of ignoring them, because they might call for spontaneity, and that's maybe what you're avoiding. Don't avoid it, just go after it, okay? Let's see what's happening inside your cup now. I see a massive fish showing up here within the 3rd week, and we have some good news forming here, but they're not really coming right away. It might be some time for them to show up. Another thing I see inside of the cup, there's an evil eye. It's not very significant, but some of you probably dealing with a situation. There's some eyes are on you. This can create some negative effect, maybe making you feel tired just tiny bit. That's why I feel before you do the change, because if you're concerned that you're going to lose someone along the way with this new adventure or this new solution, maybe those people might try to prevent you. Evil eye can be even like a negative thought that they're sending your way. Even I heard somewhere, I think it was Brian Tracy or someone who said that when you have a plan to actually excel in something and change some things in your life, and if you share it with someone with a small mind, they would definitely try to prevent it or talk you out of it because they cannot fathom how this is going to happen. Okay, they don't have that big imagination to make it happen. That's why I see here, avoid maybe initially sharing your plans with others. 1st week, I see a massive letter V here. There are 2 small chunks of money showing up there. So that can be your small victory. Maybe you're going to get some support. It can be maybe somebody's going to give you something small that you need at this time. It can be a material thing as well, because sometimes we think that we need to get massive stuff in order to create amazing work, but it can be something very simple. I keep thinking drills or drill bits. I know it's not a tool for everyone, but something drilling into your mind, maybe something, it can be also a book, because I feel like they have that kind of effect in our human mind as well, if it's a very effective book. So something to really like drill it into your mind, or something that a tool can be used to fix something, hang something up, like really a beautiful, like a tool of maybe getting things done, basically. That can be showing up as a gift here too. I see here there's a snake rising from the ground, but this is really standing up. It's not swirling. Snake can symbolize in your, like, I don't know, it's just curling or swirling. I don't know the world, what the snake does. This snake is standing really straight up here. This can be healing. And that's why I said, like, you need to really look the problem in the eye, the past issue in the eye, and really face it. And because the healing, the answers are coming, okay? This can be a remedy to a situation that you're going through as well. Maybe there's a problem. Maybe you're holding some things in your heart, and like a past maybe conditioning. Something is maybe keeping you from the future desires you have. The snake is showing up to point that out, okay? Just why, the why question is not really a very effective question. What can I do to fix that is actually the best question to ask here. Because I heard recently from someone, actually a personal development specialist, and he was saying, like, why is this happening to me? Can actually help you find the reason why this happened to you, or the past issue, and then that makes you fall in love with the problem, which you keep repeating, I'm doing this because this happened to me. But when you ask the question, what can I do to overcome this situation? Then you start making progress. It can be about the financial issues as well. Maybe you're going through the same repeated cycle of financial issues. Something is going right, something is going bad, something is going right, something is going bad, because maybe you don't want to be powerful, okay? Because maybe when you were in the past powerful, you got hurt. When you tried to be free, you got actually shunned. Something that is, the snake is here coming to heal those emotional things, okay? And I see right after that, within the third week, I see many things here. The first thing I see, there's a man's face. I don't know if you can see the mustache, the eyes, and the hair. He has horns right there. Horns can be devil energy, so someone might actually come back into the space, your space, mental space, physical space, maybe phone, a message they're gonna send out, and they're gonna try to like change your mind back to who you were. Or they can come with temptations, okay? For example, maybe you decide, you say, you know what, every penny comes into my pocket, I'm gonna save the half of it. Or every $10 comes in, I'm gonna save $1 of it, okay? Do everything in your power, because money is also a game, and kind of like a game. If you can turn it into a game, it can become really easy to understand. So I think there's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. When you read that, it can be a little bit more explanatory. So there's the devil coming up here and telling, oh, what is that $1 gonna do? What is it gonna do? It's not gonna do anything. Don't do it. Okay. So what happened? You made a decision, but now you revert from that decision because of someone who came in and just told you something, throw you something, and you take their thought as your own. So that's why here, when the devil shows up, I see many horns right here. There's another one. I don't know if you can see it here. There's the horn again, someone like with a Joker face. One shows up, another shows up, which is not a negative thing, guys. If you take it as like, oh, I'm being attacked from all kinds of directions, this is not attack. This is actually you recognizing what's tempting you and what you should say no to. This can even be someone in your life. Maybe you're in need of something, but they're showing up and they're pushing their need and saying, my needs are much more important, so you need to first give it to me. Well, you are living your own life, and if this is a grown adult that you're in front of you, they have their own abundance resources of the creation as well, okay? So they need to go ahead and pull from their universal wallet. And I see here the second week, especially until the third week comes in, you're gonna deal with this person's energy or the situation. The situation can also show up as like maybe something negative happening, okay? Then when you are resilient in front of it, I see that you're the cowboy right here riding this wild machine, there's an anchor in front of you. Anchor can symbolize a stable job, a stable income. And you're the cowboy, meaning, and this is not a gentle work to do. You're not the gentleman in a club. Like, male or female, it's not about the gender, it's about the energy. So you're being a little wild, getting your boots dirty, you're getting into the grind of the things. If this is something, maybe if you're in sales, you're selling things. If you're a teacher, you're really like coming up with maybe other things. It's not only one option that you're getting attached yourself to. Maybe trying to get a couple private students. It can be something like that as well. And on today's world, everything is possible. There are online even like courses that you can find students to. It doesn't matter this, but I'm giving examples. These are the things that my friends actually do, my teacher friends do. Or I remember back it was long ago now, I'm thinking, there was apps when I used to live in New York that you can find freelancer for everything. Okay, if you want a painter, if you want an actress, if you want a oboe player, was the name, whatever you want, you can find it on those apps and websites and stuff. And I feel like this is something that when you put your mind to, you're riding this massive device here, anchoring yourself. Okay, another thing here, I see a guitar behind you. This doesn't mean that you don't have any music while you're going to this adventure. You can also have your favorite music playing on the background. Also, I feel like I'm going to encourage you to play some good music. I'm not talking about depressing heavy metal. Can be heavy metal if it's like they say it doesn't really have a good frequency. It has a low frequency. But if that's something you're enjoying, why not play that too? I'm not going to say there are times that I listen to that too. But it can be something really like boosting that fire within you, playing on the background. Okay. I see there's a monkey coming on a ship here. Monkey can be someone, it's carrying like a tray in its hand. Kind of looks like here when you can see a crown right here. The crown can be that victory, okay, that this can be your recognition. The monkey can be someone really articulate with their words and they're coming with a ship. It can be an offer, coming as an offer, a crown of offering, or maybe they're going to give you an upgrade. It can be in like anyway, some sort of like a communication lines opening, which will bring, like, they're carrying the value towards you. I don't think they're just going to give it right away, but there might be negotiations about it happening too, okay? The crown can also do maybe leadership opportunity that you might have to get on this ship. You need to ride the ship. You need to get it somewhere. I'm thinking maybe like if there is a job of being a captain, guys, captain of the like cruise ship. I feel like maybe some of you are actually going after it. These are, like I said, these are the examples that I'm giving because there are friends of mine actually doing this kind of stuff. So there's so many options out there that you can explore. I see that you're finding yourself inside of the crowd towards the end of the third week, which is leading towards a heart-shaped double heart here within the fourth week. And I see a person here smiling. You can see their big face with eyes right there. And there's also maybe a dog. This kind of looks like horns here. If this is an elk, this person can be someone highly masculine. Maybe someone who is a leadership position, but can be also a little bit aggressive when it comes to masculinity. I see that you don't have to get involved in that crowd. Another thing I feel, because there's like another authority figure, a calmer one standing here, kind of reminds me of one of the animations called Baymax, which was a healing robot, I think. So what happens here is when you make your mind up and agree with something, you might actually come across a masculine figure who is not healthy. Maybe again wants to bring you down or kill your spirit. I feel like you're stepping and then jumping to another body here who is protective and healing. Okay. It can be even a healing industry, like a medicine industry that you're going in. And you're going to feel the difference between these two people. Okay. So it can be, if there's a choice given, something soft and fluffier and feels safe is going to be. I feel like it's going to show up in the 4th week. Okay, so it doesn't mean that just deliver rejection right away to this person. Maybe just give a couple days and then see what else is showing up for you. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. I already see someone with fire on their head and holding a sword here. I feel like this is your fire, guys, okay? Within the third week again showing up here, that you're really taking charge of control of a situation here as much as you can. Your desire is flowing very freely with a second desire combined with this within the second try. Tears of joy kind of forming a heart shape here. It's going to align in the best way possible. That's why the second option, the second try, the second phone call, that can be like where you hit the nail on the head. So that's why the first thing comes in. If you're hesitant, maybe you should just stay hesitant just for a moment and look at the things that you don't desire on that option and maybe just scratch them and rewrite what you would like to have. We see the devil here showing up. I was going to get to this head on fire, rose, and the sword. Devil always shows up here. So some of you might have these intrusive thoughts all the time, or maybe a devil whispering into your ear. You might have a person criticizing, gossiping. Gossip is the most dangerous energies, guys. So if somebody's keep complaining about another person, no matter which way, whatever it is, and that's also gossip. So it is like the killer of joy, and it's the lowest, one of the lowest energies. Okay, so do not indulge in it if that's the gossip, or if this is like a negative talk, stay away from it, because I see there's something very loving, a rose, is beautiful rose showing up, something amazing showing up in your life, and this devil cannot really take you being happy. Maybe that's why they're actually like coming up with the negative idea here. When you bypass the devil and say, you know what, I'm gonna fly through over you, I'm not gonna indulge in there. I see a man here, like I'm gonna say a man because this is your masculine power. You're choosing something, selecting something, and the sword is your warrior vibe here. You being the warrior, defending what you desire, and also sword is you being really cut through. Okay, you're cut through. Yes, you're gonna be like, I don't want to talk about this. This is what we're focusing on. I don't want to think about another person right now. I want to focus on what I desire. That's your rebirth. Okay, that's the preparation here. Another thing also, it's about being honest. The sword can symbolize being honest with yourself, with your future, and like also being logical, like starting one step at a time. If it was a wand, I felt the sword energy, guys. I felt like big sword. But if it was a wand, because it's not touching the ground here, the wand can be passion, then it can be a little bit out of this world and include imagination. But the sword is reality, being grounded in the reality. Okay, let's see what tarot has to say. Are we gonna have any persons showing up here? I see the Hierophant already. 9 of Wands is basically, this can be an authority attacking or coming to change your mind. The Hierophant can be a Taurus. This can be someone stubborn. Again, I said like a devil there, but even the bull doesn't have devil vibe. It's the goat. This can be someone like who is a self-claimed authority trying to enter into your own space, okay? But 9 of Wands, we have a wounded warrior here. This is your energy, guys, meaning especially within the first week, if you're dealing with someone who really wants to take advantage of you, financially maybe, or take your energy, advantage of your energy, maybe they want you to do free work for them. You're drawing a wall behind you, and you're in front of the wall and defending the wall and saying, you know what, these are my prices and this is how much I do, how much I work. So take it or leave it, okay? This is also has a lot of confidence in it, even though we initially see the wounded warrior, that you have some experience from the past. But this also shows how confident you are, that you're not going to allow them to push you around anymore. Yes, then the King of Cups shows up. This is the second week can be that person actually turning into a King of Cups, and they'll tell you, okay, now I'm going to be gentle, I'm going to be loving, and I'm going to give you whatever that you desire. So we're diving into the King of Cups energy here. So this person might actually turn things around. And King of Cups can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio also. Let me tell you that one. It can be someone in their nature gentle and loving. And I told you there's a second option showing up, maybe a healing personality. And this can be someone who's maybe working in healing industry, or someone offering you some sort of healing offer that will really satisfy you, okay? King of Pentacles, wow, okay, this is getting even better. Seems like that offer is going to really put you in a very wealthy place, and a Pentacles, a stable place. And the King of Pentacles is actually someone who's living in comfort and abundance. So this new offer can really put you in a very comfortable and abundant position, okay? That's what I love about the King of Pentacles. He's confident. He knows what he wants. And when you get exactly what you desire because you draw your boundary, you're going to have the comfort of the material things as well. High Priestess coming within the 4th week. This is actually, again, you being knowledgeable. Even though we start with the masculine energy, now you're going to have time to tap into that feminine side of you, which is your intuitive guidance as well, combined with your practical knowledge. That's going to be necessary within the 4th week, maybe if you want to use that, okay? And I feel like it's going to be crucial to use that because it's aligning with the owl. Owls also, they fly very quietly. So this is like a quiet power you have that you need to utilize. Okay, the 9 of Wands comes the Ace of Pentacles. Even if it just shows up, I felt that there's an offer coming in. There's a new financial endeavor. It can be maybe even buying a new car, a new home, like starting new education, a new business. But like I said, you're not beginner. You're not the beginner here, okay? This is not your first rodeo, and you have been through it, and you have some boundaries, and it's time to apply those, okay? It's time to enforce them because it's how you're going to receive your heart's desire. And 2 of Cups energy, equal exchange, meaning what you put out is going to be what you get back. And we have, wow, 10 of Pentacles with the King of Cups. I told you, when you're insistent on exactly what you desire, and what you desire, make sure that's what you desire, not somebody else, not a partner, not a father, not a mother that actually instilled in you. What your heart truly wants, you're going to get the fulfilling offer, which is going to be for the long term, okay? This can be a long-term business relationship. This can be a long-term partnership that you're forming, maybe something like a purchase opportunity that you're going back and forth purchasing, selling things. It can be even exchange of information, but it's going to be long-term, and it's going to bring long-term financial stability into your life, okay? King of Pentacles comes with the King of 4 of Swords. I saw it when I first started shuffling the deck on the bottom. Okay, so 4 of Swords is taking a break from all of the things that you're dealing with. So it seems like when you get the offer, when you start pursuing it, when you become like abundantly maybe serving to that cause and giving people the service, and also taking return, like thriving, this might bring some problems here. That's what the 4 of Swords is. 4 of Swords, we see someone sleeping, meditating, okay? Just, taking their time. There's a light inside of that. We see the priest actually handing something over to the child here on the picture. But the thing is, he gets to this situation because he's overloaded now, okay? And he just needs to take a break from things. We have 1 sword down. So one thing that you actually handled it very well. The 3 things that require some assessment, thinking, and maybe consideration. And if that's the case, when you have the resources to do that, go ahead and take that break, okay? It can be a mental break, a physical break, maybe both at the same time. It can also be like really calming your mind, because if you keep thinking with the same mind that created the problems, you cannot find the solutions. So maybe you need to remove your mind from the ones that actually comes up with the problems, okay? Or just detects the problems. Maybe you're the one seeing the problems. I keep thinking a cable. I don't know why. Maybe guys, some of you are dealing with a cable problem and you're having a hard time to find a cable to fit or electronic device to really work properly. Maybe you need to take a break from research and just, get out there while you see maybe someone working on electric stuff to give you an advice about it. Who knows? High Priestess is actually your intuition. Wow, it's going to come in a very fast way when you take that break. The information, the knowledge, the solution is coming extremely fast here. 801s is 8 different things, 8 different ideas, maybe options, opportunities, and they're falling to the ground rather quickly. So if you're thinking, I need to find a solution and worrying about that, that's not going to be the way to go. When you calm your mind down, you're going to maybe tap into inner knowledge here, and that's going to also help you come up with the material solutions, okay? Let's see your oracle now. We have Auburn, ground yourself. So that's the best way. The sticks are trying to get grounded, by the way. So grounding is stepping on earth, guys, touching a tree, maybe drinking a cup of water with a pinch of salt, Himalayan salt or sea salt, very, very slowly. Those are grounding activities, okay? And let's see, that's going to be important for you to catch these new ideas. It's going to be important to slow your mind. I love this magenta color. Connect your deepest inner knowing. I feel like I need to dress magenta this summer because I love it. And so it is also aligning with the High Priestess. This can be something that will be useful to know. That's what I have been saying here. Quieting your mind and grounding yourself will connect you with that inner knowing, which is also connected, like think of it like a golden cord connected to the divine information and energy too. We have bronze, strengthen your body, which is aligning like Auburn and the bronze are looking similar here. Strengthening your body maybe by what you're eating, what you're doing. It doesn't say mind. Inner knowing is here. So it's body, okay? Take care of your body during this next 4 weeks because you might need a lot of energy to take care of yourself, the other things. Gray, learn to scan your body. It comes back to the body again. Maybe you're feeling the intuitive guidance in your body, some of you, and the scanning that will be helpful, okay? Or maybe you're feeling fear. Fear feels, I think, in the throat. Gut feeling is intuition. It's like different parts of your body. There's just, intuition and fear and happiness. They present themselves. So that will be useful for you to receive the messages. Now, this is going to be your sigil and final message for this next 4 weeks. We have perseverance. You can write it down somewhere. You can take a screenshot of it and just maybe a reminder as a reminder that you're on the right path. The motivation to keep going despite the odds, because I told you, you have your walls up here. It doesn't mean that you give up. It means that you choose again, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.